Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Peachie P, and you're listening to the Cannabisinfusionz podcast. People, places, products in the cannabis community. So let's talk, and come smoke with me. Yo, what's up? It's Peachie P again with another podcast. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to be here today. It's been a wonderful weekend. Just starting this whole podcast. I just want to let y'all know, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for everything that you've been doing. I do really appreciate all of the gestures, all the support, everything y'all been doing to kind of make me feel special. So I do appreciate that. I also started putting music in the back of my podcast too. If you didn't notice, all the beats that I put behind my podcast are my beats that I have originally made. So I do beats too as well. If you want to reach out to me, cannabisinfusionz@gmail.com. and all that good stuff. But let's get this podcast started, y'all. I got so much to tell y'all. So look, thank you to everybody. My new subscribers, old subscribers, people that's thinking about subscribing. Go ahead and hit that like, share button. Follow us on YouTube, Cannabisinfusionz. Follow me on Instagram, Big Boss Peachie, and Cannabisinfusionz. Everywhere, all social media platforms. I'm actually going to do a Twitter for us too, so you guys can definitely share your thoughts on Twitter. It should be up and running this week. First off, let's talk about these strands first, and then we're going to get into Terrence Batiste, because he was a pretty dope person last podcast that we did last Sunday. And I am actually still doing visual podcasts if you want. The only reason we did do it online like that was because he's in a totally different state than I am. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in Chicago. If you want to be interviewed, definitely hit us up. Hit me up. I'll definitely interview you. But let's go back. Strand of the week, y'all. I'm still smoking on this OG Purp, but I got some other stuff, and we're just going to call it then and there. Okay? Because I asked the bud man, I'm like, so what's the name of this? He's like, well, I don't remember. I got to tell you then and there what it is, or I'm just going to forget. Because he got all type of flavors and stuff. So we just going to call that then and there. But when I tell you this then and there is smoking, I'm telling you it is. So I'm going to find out the strand for you guys. I'm going to try. But the OG Purp still smoking. Cloud Chaser is definitely still smoking. Those have been kind of my favorite strands for the past couple weeks and everything. So I'm just really glad that, I'm able to even try these strands, because it's like I've tried like over maybe, I would say from since this podcast started to like now, it's been probably more than 50 strands that I've tried on the show. I don't know if somebody wants to go back through all of the visual podcasts that I've done and these podcasts as well, to see all the different strands. Like, it's so many different strands out here, y'all. So shouts out to all, everybody that's growing and stuff like that. Growers, they don't get enough love or appreciation, for all this good bud that we've been smoking. So I'm just hitting this bud from last night. But I got to tell y'all what happened this weekend. It's been dope. Well, actually this week, let's get into it for that. Also, don't forget, y'all, I still got the music video show going on. If you're not from Chicago, you can always send me your video. As long as you sign a disclosure form, which just states that I'm not trying to sell your music for profit. All that is just for entertainment purposes, then you good. You know what I mean? submit music videos. You don't have to be a rapper. You can be a singer. You can do whatever you want. As long as you have a music video and you want people to vote on it and you want to broaden your horizons as far as being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Going on another platform, gaining new fans from different platforms. So I think you should, it's a good opportunity. I always go on the website, cannabisinfusionz.com. But, okay, so y'all. So, Tyrus, last week, shouts out to Tyrus because he's a dope person. Like, he really is. He's just trying to get his word out there about using cannabis consciously. And I really enjoyed that. I did read his book, get his book on Amazon. If you missed a podcast last week, you can always scroll up and go back. It is an audio version if you don't want to watch the actual visual podcast. You have that option if you want. Also, get my friend's book too. It was around September when we did hers when I went to Texas. Shouts out to Chocolate Girl Right. She did her thing last night. So look, I went to 2 events. So the first event that I went to was for Shabliz. I don't know if you're from Chicago, you should know who Shabliz is, especially if you're in the media, especially if you're in radio. He has done a lot for the community as far as make sure that people, are supported. Make sure your music gets out there. He don't just do oh, well, I'm going, play your music and then he really, really is a mentor to people. He really, really is Chicago. You really can't come to Chicago unless you see Shabliz if you're in media. I don't see why you wouldn't, because Bliz been in the game for a long time. And when I was rapping, even though I'm still rapping, you feel me? Not full time, but I'm full-time media right now. But when I was heavy in the music game, we was in there, okay. I was doing music and I met him and he was a really, really nice person and everything. So it's really a good experience. Just getting to see all the people that supported him. They had performances there. They rented out the whole theater on 87th, if you guys know where that's at, in Chatham. And it was just really good. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people came out. They had a red carpet with Call Me Joy doing some of the interviews for the artists that were there. The artist was pretty dope. They had a couple singers. They had some rappers. It was mixed up. But, then in the theater, they had his whole documentary, basically having all of the personalities that he worked with, that he used to work with, that he works with now. And music videos. He just came out with his album, his EP, The Bliz Effect, and it's pretty dope. All the music was great. Everybody did their thing. And I was just happy to be in the presence of greatness all night. I met a lot of cool people, you know what I'm saying? And I also went with my girl, Toyana, that's my girl. She does the Windy City Radio. Shouts out to her. We went there and we had a really, really good time. And I wouldn't trade that experience for the world because I didn't want to go. But I was just well, let me go ahead and go and, just support my business. Get cannabisinfusionz out there a little bit more. And it was worth it. I ain't even gonna lie, I got a little drunk too. I had one drink and that drink was lit. And y'all know I don't drink, okay? But the way that was hitting them tequila shots up in that margarita, I was like, dang, I'm gonna be lit. And I was, y'all. It takes me about maybe 3 hours to drink one drink, a cup. And I think I was sipping on that drink for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I was lit. You know what I mean? And I was smoking too, so y'all already know. But shouts out to everybody that was there. Shouts out to Shy Bliss. He's always been nice to me. I don't know him like personally, but I do know him from just being in media. And every time he's just really been humble, respectful, not judgy, none of that, or an asshole. So I really do appreciate that. So y'all know, look, so let's get into it, y'all. So the next thing I want to talk about is this puffin poetry. So shouts out to Genesis, man. I am Genesis. Poetry extraordinaire. She does puffin poetries all around, you feel me, Chicago. I love her events because she has vendors there. She has awesome poets there. They had some great poets last night, and I went out and did the videography for her. And my girl, Chocolate Girl White, she has spit something too. She was pretty dope too. Her book is just full of poems. So, like I said, if y'all missed that, y'all need to go back to that podcast and get the link for her book. But she did her thing. Shouts out to Radio Real, Mr. AK on the ones and twos. He was really doing his thing with the music, and Real was the bomb too. He's always a great co-host with her, with I Am Genesis. He's pretty dope too. Now I'm not really sure if he does poetry. I don't think he do. I don't know. I can't remember, but it was some heavy hitters up in there. Shouts out to all of the vendors and stuff like that. I know I paused because it was one vendor up in there, and I was just thinking about her food just now. Like, I had a veggie plate because y'all know I don't eat meat, but she had jerk chicken, and I was kind of upset because it was meat in the rice and beans, but it was all right. But them rice and beans look on point. And on top of that, she had mac and cheese, cabbage, and yams. And when I tell you them yams melted in my mouth, like, it was just crazy. Okay, them yams was the bomb. And me, I don't really, I'm not a really big sweet potato / yam fan, you know what I'm saying? But hers was the bomb. Like, you have to have the right amount of sweetness and butteriness and cinnamon mixed into that for me, and vanilla. You feel me? So I'm really picky when it comes to that, because all of my people from my mama's side is from down south. So you already know that down south cooking is a certain taste that they have. It's a certain way they season their food. It's a certain way. It's just a certain way they do things down there. So shouts out to that vendor too. Shouts out to all the other vendors. I won't say their name because I want to, keep them safe. But shouts out to them too. They're my homies. Just talk to Jess or whatever. It was a great experience just being around. The ambiance was pretty cool too. They actually had a whole bunch of different places where you could film at. It was pretty dope. Well, take pictures and stuff like that, like different sets. They had a money set, they had a queen king set, they had a flower garden set. It was pretty dope. Yeah, shouts out to I Am Genesis for having those. She is the definition of things that we didn't know we needed. And even as far as friendship too. She's the friend that I didn't know that I needed, you know what I'm saying? So love you, girl. Shouts out to you doing your thing. Shouts out to Chocolate Girl Rights too. Those are my girls. Shouts out to just everybody that was venting last night. It was pretty dope. And also I want to shout out a couple people that were actually at the other event, the one before the Puffin Poetry, as well too. Shouts out to Mondo. Now he actually really kind of got me into Illinois Media School. He kind of suggested it, but I was like, no, I don't want to do it. But then they called me and I was just like, oh, well, let me go ahead and do it then. So shouts out to Mondo too. He was there doing his thing on the cameras and stuff, and everything was cool. It was a pretty dope weekend. I'm glad I'm sharing this with y'all. Because I'll be going to some little events, just going around trying to let people know about the podcast and, let people know about what the movement is, okay? And I'm just really grateful that I can just be around people that's doing the same thing that I'm doing, because it's really different when you are actually around people that have the same love as you. So it's a pretty cool experience. Also, y'all came in the house last night. I was high as hell. I was lit, but that food was good though. I ain't gonna lie. Everything was bomb. Just really being able to enjoy the luxuries of life. It's just awesome. But yeah, y'all don't forget, if y'all liking this podcast, cannabisinfusionz.com. We're on Anchor, Spotify, we're everywhere. YouTube, I'm getting to Twitter this week. Also, check out the website for more updates. I'm actually gonna film another music video show this week, so you guys send the music videos in. Don't be scared. Don't be, and the people that already sent one in, make sure that y'all get these people to vote on y'all, because I want everything to be fair. I want it to be, in some way, shape, or form, inspiring other people that want to share their music around the world. And I feel like, this is one way to do it. Just being able to be an artist and get your music out there. And it's a fun show too. Not only do you get to be on a music video show, but you got a chance to get interviewed on the show. Like, who wouldn't want to get interviewed on a music video show? I don't know, but let's get it though. But yeah. Y'all follow me on Instagram, Big Boss Peachie, for updates and everything. Shouts out to DJ Bled too. He's coming out with a new podcast. Let me see what it's called. He hit me up and let me know that it was coming in the future, but he got a lot of shows that he actually loves to do, because he's a videographer too. Like, he is a man of many hats. So, he has a lot of talent, and he does a lot of things as far as media. He's also a DJ, a really good DJ, by the way. So, he got some apparel too. So if y'all want to check him out, go to dj/bled.myshopify.com. If you guys want to check out his apparel and stuff, get you some merch, get you some DJ Bled merch. Check him out too. And Wendy See You Radio, if you want to check out Toyana, she's pretty dope too. But yeah, so it's Halloween, you guys. Just please make sure y'all are being safe. Make sure y'all are being, smart with what you're doing. Okay? Because usually around Halloween time, it's a lot of pranks, it's a lot of stuff. And seriously, we still do need to be careful. We still need to make sure we know about our surroundings and stuff like that. So, and please stay smoking, y'all. So, I think that is all I have to say for today, y'all. Check out all the music video shows on our YouTube page. Cannabisinfusionz. Check out the visual podcast with Tyrus Batiste last week. And check me out on all major platforms. Oh, and I have a big announcement as well. I almost forgot to tell y'all. I was going to tell y'all on my next one, but it'll be out by then. So I'm coming out with another album. It's going to be an extended version of this album as well, so there will be more music. But I am coming out with my third studio album. I'm so excited about that. A lot of people can't say that they came out with 3 studio albums, or coming out with 3 studio albums. So I'm proud of my motherfucking self. Okay. It's called Everything's Peachy. And I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys go and stream it on all platforms. It comes out next week. It actually comes out, next week. So, November, I appreciate you guys for the support. Again, follow me on Instagram, Big Boss Peachie, and follow cannabisinfusionz with a Z on all major platforms. And make sure y'all tune in to the music video show next week and the other podcast Sunday for all the updates. I know it's gonna be a crazy good ass week this week. I can feel it. But thank you guys so much. Also, I will have videos up of the Puffin Poetry that I went to last night. So if you guys want to check that out too, next week, we're gonna talk about it all next Sunday. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like this podcast, subscribe to the podcast as well, Spotify or Anchor. I'm thinking about getting on Apple Podcasts, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. And y'all, please have a safe Halloween. Happy Sunday. And keep smoking. Thanks for listening to the Cannabisinfusionz podcast. For more information on this podcast and how to listen and watch, go to www.cannabisinfusionz.com. People, places, products, and the cannabis community. Come smoke with me.